My name is
FIR
Moses.
still live at the grounds of the Executive Mansion, where the press briefing is still taking place.
Like
It's now time for
the president
question and answer, and of course, the questions will come, and then later the presidential press secretary will respond to the questions from the media.
in the release due to some alleged fraud, if I could say, within some reports delivered to the president. Uh, this is coming at a time where when the Supreme Court of Liberia has ruled against the government's decision to terminate the contract of Madam Iwena Zagwa and other tenured officials. Is it coincidence?
How are you, Madam Press Secretary?
Happy, fine.
It's just a follow-up to his question concerning those people who are on suspension, most especially the LTA. And the president was on the BBC, if I'm not mistaken, reaffirming his commitment to the rule of law. So don't you think that people will see this as a continual wish home, or the president wanting to achieve that which he started, but getting rid of some of those tenured officials?
It's almost like a follow-up as well. Um, this is happening at the time the Supreme Court has ruled that those in tenure positions should continue with their jobs. My question is, when did the report of malfeasance or financial improprieties came up that the president got to know that he couldn't take the action until the Supreme Court ruling? Secondly, a few days ago, the president, maybe a week or so, the president appointed one Mohammed Ba, if I'm not mistaken, and I think he goes by the Facebook name Pretty Boy Ba or something. That appointment sparked a very serious controversy on the internet. A lot of people have alleged that he has duped a lot of people. I think he was appointed as investment person or so for the government. Is the president concerned about these allegations that have been levied against this person that he has appointed? If so, why is he doing about it? Thank you.
So, good afternoon, Madam Press Secretary. My name is Master Talu, and I work for ELBC Radio. So, I want to know, like yesterday, there was a protest at Wiala concerning the nominations of some government officials, and there was another protest again at Fordestown in to the Ravos International Airport. So there are lots and lots of protests, smaller protests around the country. Is the president really concerned? And if he's concerned, what is he doing to curtail these kind of protests?
Good afternoon, Madam. My name is Marie Fatoma from Tifa Radio. Very concerned about a recent you make report to us about those who are on supplemented payroll at the mutual state are receiving some benefit as well. Today we have come again for a briefing. Would you mind to give out details about how many present have been paid out and how many more present remaining? Meaning in full preparation of with the rest agenda in terms of the 100-day deliverable, because our understanding the government talk about agriculture, talk about road, infrastructure, and so on. So are we set for the 100-day and declaration of a good message to the Liberian people?
Okay, if no question, Madam President, during the answer the first batch
Thank
of
you.
questions.
Thank you. I will start with the last question. And let me be emphatic. What's your name again? Morris, yes. Mr. Fatoma. The president in no time did not say he will achieve the arrest agenda in the first 100 days. If you have the opportunity to go through the arrest agenda, you will know it's a detailed agenda It's a detailed plan about what the intent are to in terms of developing the country. And no country gets developed in the first 100 days. What the president said was that he will put in motion a lot of different things, and rightfully so. He's done so. And with the first 100 day, one of the things he said was on the issue of the road. And as we know, as we go across the country, we find that there are currently ongoing road rehabilitation projects across the country. So, a number of other achievements that the government have done during this first 100 day as we edging to. So absolutely, the president is in high spirits, and he definitely is happy about reporting to the country what we've been able to do in the first 100 day, the first 100 day of the 6 years that he has signed up with the Liberian People's Work. Talking about the Supreme Court's decision and whether other people will see it as a witch hunt. No matter what you do in this life, there will be people's interpretation. But one of the most important things for you and for all of us is to ensure that what you're doing, you are very satisfied with what you're doing, and you're doing the right thing for the right reasons. And for the president, his actions, his decision is in the interest of the Liberian people. And this is not about witch hunt. The president have not witch hunted anyone, and he doesn't intend to. And people will say, pundits of government, even critics of this government will say this is the government that we have wide range of diversity. People who never supported this president are in this government, even to a point where people who supported this government having issues with that. This have been a government, or this is a government, especially with the appointments that the president has made, very inclusive. So at no time, or no point in time that the president will witch hunt anyone. What the president wants to do is to ensure that people who work with him come with that integrity. The institutions that he's heading, the institutions that are within the system of our government are institutions that are working in the interest of the Liberian people. And as he said, there must be institutions of integrity. So this is not about witch hunt, and will never be about witch hunt. On the issue of protest actions happening across places, this is a good mark of a democratic country headed by a president who respects and promotes rule of law, who believes that Liberians and Liberian people will have the freedom, especially in the confines of the law. So the protestation, as you've mentioned, is all part of democratic tenets, and he encouraged institutions that people are protesting on to ensure to understand what the issues are. And of course he's concerned about everything and anything about the country, but the point remains that he is open to dialogue, especially those institutions that are responsible to listen to people who are working for them. Their workers must be listened to, what the challenges are, where there's a need to pay key attention to them. He is encouraging the leadership of the different institutions to really work with their staff, with the people who are working in that particular institution, to ensure that they have success and access to the right information and the right services as they are supposed to provide. Talking about the appointment of Mr. Mohamed Ba and the controversy and whether or not he's concerned. Again, all of the appointment, the president appoints Liberians. He appoints people of diverse background and diverse orientation that come into the government. As for any reason where there are people, character, or issues that have been questioned, he reviews that, and with all the different controversies surrounding individuals who've come, he's definitely reviewing those. And at time when he makes a decision, if there's going to be a change, because sometimes while it is true that people raise controversial issues, and sometimes too there are people who bring false information and allegations against people. Some people will say, oh, this person did this. When you come to investigate, actually that was not the situation. But I'm not saying this to be this is in particular to this example that was given, but I'm just giving that as just to be cautious. So the president believes in understanding the totality of all of the issues, and at which time when he has given us the authorization, he gave us a specific decision on any particular issue, we'll come to you
But as of yet, he is currently reviewing all the different issues that some of which you have mentioned. On the issue of the supplementary pay, the process is still continuing, and as soon as that process ends, we'll tell you exactly how many persons were paid, what were some of the issues, because like I said last week or on Monday, was that there are some people who, I mean, they did not even know they were employed, but they did not have employment letter. There were no anything like information. Somebody will tell you, oh, how did this person get employed? You will hear something around that, oh, I received a directive from this person, from that, authority in government. And again, it's a challenging time. It's a challenging place. However, I mean, that's where it is. But once the payment process is concluded, the GAC report is concluded as well, because GAC is as well auditing that particular payroll system. And once all of the information is out, the recommendation is out, and the president is briefed, and then we will let you know the specifics on those. I think so far, those are the questions that have been asked. We take one final last of questions. If there is, good. If not, so thank God it's Friday, right? You're tired asking. I saw the head
Yeah, Madam Press Secretary, Moses again from Groups FM. Could you confirm this, because I'm not seeing it on the Executive National website?
Okay.
Is it true that the Governance Commission Chair, Garrison Yelu, has been suspended?
Oh yes. I thought I told you people. I mean, I know we'll take round of questions, but I just wanted to just address that really quickly. Yes, Mr. Garrison Yelu and Madam it's on the Executive National website, and Madam Elizabeth Donkin, the chairperson and commissioners, were both suspended for allegation of violating the Governance Commission Act. And that information should be on the website. If it's not on the website, then you have to check your phone and update, refresh, or check the e-mention Facebook page as well. So those are two sources of information from the office of the president.
Lastly, from our end, Madam Press Secretary, the president stated that he was going to declare and publish his asset. The asset has been declared with the LCC. When do we hope to see the president publish his asset? That are what people want to know.
Other questions? Again, my name is Maury Fatuma. I'm very concerned about the recent appointment from the president's office.
Speak up, please. Speak louder.
Said, I'm very concerned about the recent appointment from the president's office. Had to do with Cuba, a Senegalese national, or appointed at the nuclear youth school as ambassador at large. The president was saying in the sporting sectors, few critics have been done in that process.
I can't hear that part of the question.
Said, I'm very concerned about the president.
No, I heard the first part. I'm talking about the last part.
Senegalese national been appointed to the nuclear youth sport, which that was stakeholders have raised concern about that is injustice to the sporting sectors in our country. Is the president concerned about that? Foreign national be appointed at the position of ambassador at large? Questions?
Okay, with that, President.
Well, thank you all very much. I already answered the question about the Governance Commission, Garrison Yellow. On the question of justice to the sports sector, as we know, Liberia is a country of sports lovers. And in fact, we're in the season of the county meet, the National County Sports Meet. I wish my county would have made it to the finals, in Cape Mount. But unfortunately, I mean, the game went the way it went. But I know we'll come back stronger next season. But the point is that the president is very concerned about the sports sector. That is why his interest is to ensure that he brings the best of minds, the best of talent, but most importantly, people with the interest, people who are interested in showing that grassroots sports, grassroots football or soccer is well developed. And this appointment of Mr. Aliu Kebe is one of such, especially as a footballer, former footballer, former international player who have been having some interest and have invested in sporting activities, particularly on the issue of goalkeeping. The president is asking international partners, local people to come around. In fact, I'm sure you do know that prior to the Liberian game, or I think immediately after the Liberian game with Djibouti, a full committee was set up by the president to be able to look for resources for our national team. So all of the president's action around supporting our national teams, whether it is the smaller team or the national team or the local sports, his idea for the national council particularly is such that he wants to make it that the people who come to represent the counties must actually be he bring back the action, whether the appointment of Mr. Kebe is to bring that attention to our local sports, to help build the sector, to train our coaches, to train the goalkeepers. And this is one thing as an ambassador, his intent, the president's intent and interest is to have Mr. Kebe work along with our LFA, work along with the committee that was set up, and work along with all of our sport lovers to come around our national team, to work with the Ministry of Youth and Sport, with the minister and his team, and bring back the zest, the action, the strength, and the unity that sports bring together. So that is the interest of the president. I do understand people, all of the different conversations and all of that, but the president's interest is only, most importantly, bringing the best minds together to help build our team, help promote sports, help develop Liberia young people, particularly those interested in the football area. So this appointment was strictly in that light. And I hope that this will settle in on all the different comments here and there, but his appointment of Mr. Alion Kebe was in that light. I'm sure, and this is just maybe by a side comment about people who've worked with the national team before. We've had international coaches, we've had non-Liberians, in fact, non-Africans who were coaches for our national team. So, and as a African brother who is a Senegalese, so coming to help with the national team, helping our keepers, our goalkeepers, our sports arena. I think this is something that is important. Let's give Mr. Kebe the benefit of the doubt. Let's see what he can bring, what investments he brings to the team, how he will, work with a local team here, work with a community sports. Let's see, what difference can that make? And then after which we can all, bring different things. But let's give, Mr. Kebe and the president the benefit of the doubt, because we do know the president's decision was or is in the best interest of our national team, and in fact our sporting sector. Talking about the president's declaration of the assets, I've said this a number of times. This is something that the president will do, and he will do that. You all will see it very soon. And next week, trust me, there's going to be a lot of very interesting things happening here at the Executive Commission, and you all will be informed. Please get ready to come here on Monday and follow us on Tuesday, as well as Wednesday. Thank you all. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Now for wonderful Friday.